What's up, everybody? This is going to be your Monday reading. So this is Mermaid Mondays, and I will be using the Magical Mermaids Oracle cards, the Oceanic Tarot, and for the Love Energy reading, I'll be using the True Love reading cards. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the general aspect of this reading. Keep in mind, this is a collective energy reading. It is not a personal reading. So whoever is a part of this collective that is meant to hear this message, you will know if it's for you or not. Okay. So I'm going to pray over this reading and ask the Most High God to come through this reading and give us nothing but love, light, truth, and clarity for Monday, April the 29th, 2019. I ask for divine assistance with this reading. I also ask that the Most High and their angels come to us, deliver the message that we are meant to hear in this space and time. I also call to the Archangel Michael to protect this reading, protect it from any outside forces that are not supposed to be here. Anything within me and the viewers that are meant to receive this message, anything within us that is not supposed to be here, any energies that are distractive, any other lower vibrational energy that could be blocking us from hearing the message that the Most High God has for us, I block that energy out right now. And I ask the Archangel Michael send those energies back to wherever they originally came from. Anybody or anything outside of us that may be working against us in any type of way, knowingly or unknowingly, I block those energies out. And I ask that the Archangel Michael send those energies back to wherever they came from. I also ask that anyone that is attached to me or any of the viewers that may come up in this reading at some point that are relevant enough to come up, I ask that anything connected to those people that are not of the highest good of this reading, of this energy, of any of us here, that it be blocked out and sent back to wherever it came from. I ask that I am of a sound mind and an open heart to receive the message that the Most High God has for me, and that I am obedient to receive the messages and deliver the messages as I'm getting them. I also ask that my ego be fully casted aside for this reading and that I'm fully present and grounded in the energy. I also ask that those who are meant to receive this message, that their heart and their mind be open to receive the message in which the Most High God has for them, their spiritual team has for them, and that they are discerning the messages that they are receiving, and that they take the messages that are meant to enlighten them or spark something within them and utilize them in the best of their ability. Thank you, Most High God. Let's go ahead and get into it. Thank you. Okay, so Monday, what is the collective energy surrounding Monday? The collective energy. Collective energy for Monday. So a new dawn. Okay. The worst is now behind you. A positive new experiences are on the horizon. Break free. Try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and to learn. So the overall energy is, this is a new energy, a new chapter of your life. This is, you see how this mermaid is completely nude? She doesn't have anything on, a top or anything, whatever, bra, whatever they wear. That represents complete openness, receptivity, could represent vulnerability. I feel that some of you guys, when you wake up in the morning, it's like that is the time that you should be meditating and releasing. I don't know why I'm getting that. So if you guys are blessed to be able to wake up early in the morning to see the sunrise, I feel meditating during that time, or just sending out gratitude, stating affirmations and positive things that you wish to see, or to clear the path for yourself, or just asking spirit to break anything away from you that doesn't serve you. Also to, asking God or the universe or whatever, the ancestors, whatever you connect with, to make way for these new experiences, or for you to receive them. Because sometimes we could be our biggest block. So I'm just getting something about waking up in the morning and feeling like this sense of it's like this revitalization, this new energy that you just have, and a new perspective on life, and also gratitude for this new energy. And I feel Spirit's telling you to do something different today. You may be led to do something different. Maybe your morning routine will be different. You might be inspired to, you know, wear something different, eat something differently, just walk a new path, or just think differently. And these are my cards. I think I have more than 5. So you have the 4 of Wands, which is reward. 7 of Swords, which is loss. This is the challenge. So there's deception with that. The Star, which represents hope. 6 of Pentacles, generosity. 2 of Swords, crossroads. And Justice and Balance with the Magician, which is manifestation. I'm going to put those to the side. Those are extras. So overall energy is the 4 of Wands, reward. So it's like you're being given the baton, you know, to move forward and to receive some sort of gifts and blessings. So taking these inspirations that I feel like you're going to have, these try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. I feel like this has something to do with the 4 of Wands. It's like, take those inspirations, take those passions that you have, or this creative spark that you have, and it could just be in the mundane things. Like I said, it could be wanting to try something, you know, different as far as like your eating habit. Like you might want to try something, you know, cook something differently in the morning, or start a new you know, health plan or something, or whatever it could be. It's like you're using your creativity, you're taking the inspirations to do that. This could be connected to your environment, friends and family and things like that, that you are receiving rewards, or those around you are seeing the change within you. They're seeing something, a spark within you. I feel like your friends and family may be your motivation as well for this new energy. This is ancestors, I feel, that are also rewarding you and congratulating you for your hard efforts and your work that you put in. The challenge is the 7 of Swords, which is loss. For some reason, you guys, it's like some of you may not be in this energy where you see the blessings right now. Like you might be able to sense something feeling good, or you know, some sort of anticipation, excitement, but then you're like, I don't see it. I don't physically have any evidence of what I'm feeling, or if anything. It's like also this energy of not wanting to get your hopes up. Some of you guys are afraid of losing something. When you step into a new energy, it's like, you know, the past, like something within ourselves or around us has to go. So something within you may know that you've surpassed certain aspects of yourself, and maybe even connections with others, and you might look at it as like a loss or something, and in reality, and it's because it's like this guilt or feeling bad in a way that you're moving past people, and you're looking at it as like, I don't want people to think that I think I'm too good, or you know, whatever it is. There's something with the ego it's deceiving you because the 7 of Swords is like, you can see this in different aspects. You can see the 7 of Swords as someone escaping from maybe something troubling, or you could see it as someone who's stealing and taking something away. But it's all in the way that you look at it. But I feel like you guys might not be looking at this energy in the right space, if that makes sense. So you have the Star card, because this is all created within the mind. This is mental energy with the 7 of Swords. But with the Star card, as it says hope, this represents your approach. I feel that Spirit is telling you to align yourself with, for once, having hope. Because I feel there's points where we might have gotten our hopes up, maybe. But Spirit's not saying that we shouldn't have hope, period, or expectations, or positive expectations. So I feel like when you align yourself with just expecting good things to happen, maybe not expecting specific things. I always say that too, and I feel getting your hopes up is kind of like, you have a hope, but you are elevating it to a point where you have a lot of expectations, rather than just having the expectation of something positive, the hope and optimism for something. It's like you're you're doing a little bit too much. And it's not to say that you shouldn't have specific goals or desires. Like I always say, always set those things in motion. They're given to you for a reason, but also be open to the fact that there may be something better that will come along, or another way that's best for you. So don't lose faith and hope in the things that you're asking for, or hope and faith in yourself or your life. Put that hope and faith there, but leave the rest of how it's going to happen to God, your angels, in the universe, because you will be led. You're always going to be given signs and synchronicities, ideas, feelings, inner hunches that are going to guide you along the way. So yes, you do play a role within this creation, but you also have to leave it up to a higher energy, a higher power that can see things beyond what you can see. Your energy can see. So you have the Six of Pentacles, which is generosity, and that's where your focus needs to be. Focusing on the things that you have and the things that you can give. If this is about, creating something new and this new life that you wish to create and step into, this new person, think about not only how does this benefit me in a positive way, but how is this going to benefit those around me? Especially if this is about family, this is about your children, whether this is about future, family and children, whether this is about your soul tribe, people like you, people that you want to inspire, and all of that. Think about those things. Think about what you can offer to the world, not only just what you can offer to yourself, but also this is an energy of gratitude. Because with the turtle, because it has a turtle, each card, except with the exception of the majors, they have like little animal totems. So you have the seahorse, the shark twice with the swords, and then you have the sea turtle with the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, maybe things have taken a while to float and flow and go in this rapid pace that you want. But focus on those things that you wanted in the past, or the things that you thought would take forever to manifest or come together, and they ended up coming together. But I do feel like now the energies with the Four of Wands is the overall energy. Things are going to move more rapidly than they once were. But this is a sense of gratitude as far as where you came from and where you are now, and the people that helped you get there, whether they were the a-holes or the sweethearts. Appreciate all of them, because they did help you get to where you are in some essence. And then you have the Two of Swords, crossroads, which represents the conclusion of this energy. So this is making a decision, how you're seeing things, how you're viewing things, how you think about things. Am I going to allow what others say, if it's not of my highest good, get in the way of what I know what's best for me? Am I going to allow my ego to get in the way of what I'm being guided to know, or what I'm guided to do or see, or what I know, period? So it's like you have this option to choose, and you might be at a crossroads because it's like you're being split into different minds. With the Seven of Swords, you got to confront whatever this fear of lack is, or loss in something, or that you're missing out on something, or that this just some sort of deception that you're not going to get what you deserve or something, because you got the Justice with the Magician card. So it's like you might perceive something that you're manifesting. You might have a hard time with making a decision whether or not you should move forth with something, whether you should or shouldn't. And you could be thinking about other people involved. It could be that you're trying to manifest a partnership, or you feel like certain people, like certain connections with others, you have to make a decision for about them versus something else, or maybe two people, love and work, or two different lovers, or a lover and your children, or so. It's like you're thinking like that, and I feel it's not that way. Like you're thinking about, if I gain something, I'm going to lose something. And in essence, yeah, that's true, only if it doesn't serve you. And that's not really a loss anyway. Anything that doesn't serve you, that's being removed, is not a loss. So I feel like you might be overthinking things, like your ego is getting the best of you for some of you, and it's like that's what's causing you this mental block, because it's like, does this fit? Do you fit with this new energy, this new world? And it could also be this old self, this aspect of yourself is needing to die. A karmic cycle is ending. It could have been some sort of karmic energy that you needed to take care of before things could fully manifest. Now there's no longer those blockages there, or you have the decision to decide whether or not you're going to release those things so that you can fully be in your fullest potential and capacity to manifest in your life, because things are going to start manifesting rapidly, but you got to be in that space to receive. All right, so you got a lot of air energy, you got some Libra energy, you got some Aquarius energy, Gemini, Pisces, Aries, Taurus. So yeah, you got Aquarius and Libra twice actually. But yeah, so those are the signs that I'm seeing. So these can be your signs. This can be involved with time frames, other people, but take what resonates. I did want to look at, I don't know if these animal totems are going to be in this book, but I did want to see what the seahorses and all that, the dolphins represented. I think they have sea life in here, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So let's see. They have sea turtles. Okay, seahorse. So seahorse is in here. So it says it represents chivalry, if I'm pronouncing that right. It says look for dynamic but short period of creativity and romance. Act with chivalrous behavior and do not neglect responsibilities at home. So the seahorse was the Four of Wands energy. What else? You got a shark. You had the shark twice with the Two of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So sharks represent relentlessness. So it says senses are heightened. Use relentless ferocity in pursuits and defense of your opportunities. Do not trust the instincts of others. Discriminate. So yeah, it's kind of like you're at a crossroads maybe because you're listening to others' advice or what their opinions are over your own, or your ego versus your higher self or God. It's like discern. Use your discernment. So turtles are not in. I think they must be under the mammals. They might be under the mammals. Or maybe not. I thought they had turtles in here. Let's see what the dolphin says. I know there's dolphins in here too. We have a lot of dolphins. Okay. Dolphins represent new promise. It says, use the creative power of communication for best success. New growth is promised if you pursue new methods. So you have some sharks, you have seahorses and turtles and dolphins and the Magician card. So you got to find balance with all of these energies. Then you have the dolphin here with the break free card. So there's a lot of dolphins. I'm still trying to find the sea turtle because I know it's in here. I know I'm not tripping. But I can be. I don't know. He's not in here. That's weird. I went through the birds, the insects, the mammals. I don't know. I guess with turtles, I would say this represents patience, and it may represent pacing yourself. But why they don't have turtles in here is like beyond me, because I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, they don't have turtle in here. Not even sea turtle. So, whatever. Oh, they're under reptiles and amphibians. Okay, amphibians. Okay, so turtles represent promise. It says, take your time in your pursuits. Trust in Mother Earth. You will have what you need. Okay, it's not a sea turtle, but it's still a turtle. But okay. Anyway, keep it moving. Let's see what's up with the love energy. What is the energy for love? Most High God. What is the energy? I can't really shuffle with these nails. The overall energy, no matter what your romantic status is, whether you're single, partnered up with someone, interested in someone, or just not at all, whatever, wherever you stand with love, I ask the Most High God taps into the energy of romance and partnerships and relationships for Monday, April 29th, 2019. Intimacy, reparenting yourself. These are like a lot of the same cards that keep coming out lately for the dailies, but the Divine Feminine, spiritual maturity, and the Rainbow Reviver. So it's a shift. I do see a shift in energy with this. What is this energy? Thank you. Waves of prosperity. So it says new abundance and exciting opportunities wash over you now. So this is a good energy when it comes to love. And I'm just going to clarify with the tarot just to get a little more in depth. Because intimacy is your overall energy. And I feel this is emotional intimacy. This is really being vulnerable, going within your heart and really honoring and feeling what it is that you truly desire and what you want in a relationship. Maybe, you know, being okay with what's lacking and, you know, admitting that to yourself. But you got the Three of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is love and the Three of Cups is reunion. So overall energy is, I feel like what this is, when you tap into your truth and your emotions, you're actually calling in love to you, whether this is an existing love or this is new love. You're calling that in because you are honoring your feelings. You're really going within depth. Okay, this is being vulnerable, being okay with what you feel and expressing your emotions. And there's the dolphins again. You got two dolphins. So reparenting yourself is like, some of you guys are having a hard time with, I don't know why I'm getting forgiving yourself, having a hard time with maybe just for today. Today you're a little hard on yourself than usual. Not able to see the bright side of things. You could be blaming yourself a little bit. The Fool represents new beginnings. So you're having a hard time with this new energy that you're calling in, this new you. You see this child is like a mirror image of this adult. So this is like you're having a hard time with maybe even being embracive like a child, like a childlike energy, being embracive to what's on this other end and going in your emotions. It's okay to go deep within your emotions. It's okay to honor how you're feeling. It's okay to be vulnerable. And then there's another dolphin in the back. So dolphins also represent communication and telepathy. They also are very intelligent. So that could represent something too, that you got to pay attention to the messages that you're receiving from the higher power, whatever you want to call it. You have to be open to those messages because otherwise you guys are going to feel stuck. You're going to second guess yourself a lot. And it goes back to that Seven of Swords energy, but the Magician came out again. So yeah, this is keeping you from manifesting. This is keeping you, when you're in this state of, you lack trust and confidence within yourself. It's almost like you don't trust that you're protected, that you're guided, you know, that you don't have divine assistance around you. So the emotions, you might have to go deep within your emotions, and maybe that's a little uncomfortable for some of you, or to actually admit that you desire certain things or that it's okay to want more in life. I don't know why I'm getting that. So the Divine Feminine is your approach. So your approach is that Spirit wants you to tap into your divine creative energy to nurture the things that you wish to create. Yeah, the Five of Wands is competition. So this is creative, like spark and something that motivates you. Maybe someone else is motivating you. This could be other feminine energies around you. This, like a women that inspire you, creative people that inspire you. The High Priestess, intuition. So yeah, your ego is battling. Your higher self, which is your divine feminine self, is battling the ego. It's in competition with the ego. And it's like, you gotta stick with your intuition. You have to trust yourself, especially if you keep receiving the same messages over and over and over again. There's a reason for that, and you need to pay attention to it. It's something you need to be paying attention to. And this parrot on her shoulder is like her guidance, her intuition. And parrots repeat things, right? They repeat, and they recite what they hear. But I feel, again, this is with this infinity symbol, that represents something in repetition or something continuous or never ending. So it could be that you're receiving the same messages over and over again, maybe from different sources, and Spirit's telling you to pay attention to that. because I feel like you're fighting against the truth of something, or you're just like not listening, and your ego was like, no, I know what's best. Or maybe you have to confront, because you might feel like um, everybody else is kind of like echoing the same thing, but you feel something very different in your heart and in your soul, and it's like you have to follow that. But for a majority, I feel like there may be somebody around you that inspires you, um, someone that, it might take someone that you admire, this divine feminine energy. It might require a person that you love. This could be another divine feminine energy that you're close to, or mother energy, or this could be a divine feminine energy of some sort that you are interested in, or your own divine feminine, or whatever, that says something that you have to take heed to. And maybe as a divine feminine, you're saying something that someone needs to hear, and you're the fifth person that said it. You've said it time and time again, and it takes this one time for this to get through to someone, or to get through to you. But this can come from someone that you admire, and it's like it took this person, because I feel like this could be a wise counsel, this person. And some of you guys have been fighting a while, and maybe this is the clarity that you need. But Spirit's telling you, don't fight yourself. Listen to your inner compass, listen to your inner guidance, and focus on how far you've come on your spiritual journey in relations to love, regardless if these people are still in your life or not, whether these people hurt you, whether it was a situation that didn't pan out the way that you would have hoped, whether this is a connection that you're still on. I think this came out in the same position on Sunday's reading. A lot of cards wanted to come out, and I don't even know if I should take all these. But you do have the Queen and the King of Cups here, so this is a soulmate connection, or whatever you want to call it. It's a divine connection. So you have the Queen and the King that came out together, but you also have this Queen of Pentacles here that kind of is in the middle. So this could be a third party situation. Maybe you've outgrown a situation that you were in a third party, and you took yourself out of it. Or this could be that you once were like this Queen of Cups energy, where you were very sensitive to energies, you were very emotional or overly emotional, imbalanced, and now you have a level of understanding with the King of Cups. You have a level of understanding your emotions and how to deal with your emotions, and give from a place of kindness. Give when you have it to give, but also know that you have to give to yourself first. You have to be in a space where you have enough to give. It's like you've paced yourself for this. You prepared yourself through these connections. Yeah, death, which is transformation, the death card. So you had to go through this transformation, and this is going deep within the self. This is depth. This is emotional depth, not being afraid to indulge in your emotions due to the past. The Six of Cups represents reflection. So reflecting on your past energies, your past connections, brought you to the space. Heartache, and you're recovering from this heartache. So you got the Three of Swords to the Four of Swords. So something has evolved, something has graduated. So this energy, yeah, heartache, but you're recovering from that. You are recovering from those things, but you had to go through these experiences to gain wisdom with the High Priest, which is the Hierophant. You had to go through these cycles in order to gain some wisdom. If you guys are a water sign, you have definitely gone through a major shift and transformation within yourself. If you're a Scorpio, like Scorpio, or you dealt with a Scorpio, they might have helped you with this. Because you have the sign of Scorpio twice. The Six of Cups is Scorpio. The Death card is also Scorpio. And if you're a Taurus, the Queen of Pentacles is an air sign, and the High Priest, which is the Hierophant, is Taurus. So if you're a Taurus, also you've gone through some sort of transformation and wisdom due to your heartaches from the past. This is reflection going within, but this doesn't have to be anything exclusive to one sign, but more so it may resonate heavier for these specific signs I'm picking up. Also, if you guys are a Libra, because the 3, the 4, and the 5 of swords, no, actually the 2, the 3, and the 4 of swords are Libra. So yeah, Libra energies. You may have gone through a heavy breakup or heartache of some sort, and you're still overcoming that. But for everyone, take what resonates and what this is that stands out to you. So Rainbow Reviver represents the conclusion. This is you freeing yourself, liberating yourself, and then being in this place of receptivity, surrender, being in a state of bliss and happiness. I feel because you're letting things go. You're in the process of letting it go because you got prosperity in all that corners, not just love that's coming to you. So if this is you got to let somebody go, you got to let something or someone go. It's more so of a self-focus. I'm not getting too much of a romantic energy in relation to someone else. But due to all of this healing and all of this reflecting and overcoming your fears will lead to an unconditional love and reunion of love. So whether that be a reunion with someone from your past or someone that you're having a rough, a rough cycle with a partner, or this is new love coming in, and this is also not just reunion of divine romantic love, but divine relationships with others, family, friends, soul tribe. That's what's coming. It's almost like, do I know you type of thing, and you don't even have to know these people in this life, but when you meet them, it's like, do I know you? It's a reunion of the heart, like that. It's gonna feel like a homecoming. That's what I'm getting, and that's what you're working towards. So you have calm, the Six of Swords with the Rainbow Reviver. Yeah, the Rainbow Reviver's conclusion, whether it be this week, today, tomorrow, the next day, is you will have a peace of mind. It will be like this clear energy and this level of trust that you have. You're just flowing with the energies. You're trusting what Spirit's doing for you, which is good, of course. The universe, the Six of Wands, you will have success. You have two sixes. The Six of Swords and the Six of Wands. And sixes represent unconditional love, represents partnerships, it represents harmony, it represents balance, compassion. So those are the good sides of the number 6. So I feel with the Rainbow Reviver, this is how you're going to feel. You're going to feel like I've overcome a big obstacle and challenge, especially with the Five of Wands here. So whatever this challenge and this energy is that you feel like you're fighting against, once you follow your intuition and you listen to the messages that the universe is sending to you, whether that be through others, through outside sources, inner guidance, whatever, and you address these things and you see your spiritual maturity and how far you've gone, you dove into your emotions or dive into your emotions, you're not afraid to explore what you feel. You're not afraid to honor what you feel. You're not putting a cap on what you can create and what you can manifest. You're going to feel a sense of freedom and peace and calm moving forward. And you're going to start to see blessings pop up in your life because you're not holding on heavy and tight to specific things. You're letting those things go and knowing that if it's meant for me, these things will come back to me tenfold, better than what I've expected. If it's not for me, damn sure I'm still going to receive something that is abundant and beautiful and way beyond my imagination that I thought I could even have and even deserve. I couldn't even imagine what I'm receiving. So when that happens, it's like you're even more grateful and even more appreciative of what you've gone through in your past because you're not heavily hung up on your past. You're not heavily hung up on anything. You're detached. You're open. You're receptive. It's just like this freedom, this peace. And that's what you got to have. And I feel some are just, at a point in their journey and their self-work that is a little scary to dive into this. But remember that intimacy within yourself as well as in your connections with others, you got to be okay. And to attract people that are loyal and attract, what I mean loyalty, not by a default, like you owe me something and you have to. It's like people that choose to be righteous and devote themselves, and you devote yourself to the connection. You honor your truths and you honor their truth and they honor yours, whatever. And this is not just romantic, but people that are in your life, your soul family and your existing family relationships, because there could be some reunions with that where there may have been some blockages with existing friendships or family ships or whatever. Those come back to you revitalized and renewed after some time of healing, and it requires you being vulnerable and expressing how you really feel. Even if it's painful, it's okay to honor that. That's what intimacy is. It's being able to go deep and not put a cap on your feelings or your emotions and what you're feeling. That's what brings people closer together, not hiding behind a mask or hiding behind your fears. And a lot of this took place from your childhood, I feel. this started off at a very young age. These fears of being open and being told that your dreams, there's a trickery to it. There's a deception. And if people don't just receive success, they got to do something to get it, or they got to be shisty, or they got to be, they got to do something degrading to get there. And maybe in the past you have done things that you're not so proud of to get to where you are, to get certain things that you've had, but you're healing past those energies, and now this is diving into what's truly for you. Because when we do things that are against ourselves and against our so-called morals, our morals, not others, but our own morals and what we believe that is out of order for ourselves, that's inauthentic to ourselves, those are not things that really are for us. Hence why they may have not lasted very long. It was an up and then it was a down, or it just never was. But when you fully tap into your potential, which is infinite, of what really is for you, and when you're authentic to yourself, that's when you're going to see things manifest very beautifully and unfold naturally. And without much blocking. Other than that, I feel our biggest block is going to be ourselves. And that's something that you have to come to realize. What is it within me that is hindering my progress and from receiving and manifesting? And this could be you wanting to do something for your children, you wanting to leave something behind for your children. And I feel you got to honor yourself. You got to think about, yes, of course, your children, but there's a difference between, what our parents had to do back in the day, or our grandparents, or whatever, they had to slave and work two jobs, or do house cleaning and maid servicing and all of that so they could take care of their children. But now it's like, when we're following our true path, spirit will provide us with so much more than we can fathom when we're authentic to our truth and we're doing what we really are passionate about. But you have to be able to go all in to make that happen, because you're going to see a lot of prosperity when you're authentic and when you're just embracing your true self. So I hope that makes sense. I don't know what this had to do with love. It didn't really go into love, romantic love, too much, but I feel like because it's not meant for you to focus too much on that right now, or something outside of yourself, because inevitably when you work on yourself, you're going to attract that which is you. And if you're not working on yourself and you're just, in this desperation type of period, you're going to attract energies that are going to continue to teach you lessons until you release those energies that are blocking you from what you truly desire and what you truly deserve in your life and love. So until you face this is what you got to know. Like, people think they can skip steps and be like, oh, I'm just going to have the love of my life and I don't have to heal the thing, or I don't have to do this, I don't have to release that, but I want the perfect partner in my eyes, this perfect person, and I want this person, I want that. And not really getting to know who you truly are and why you may not be attracting that, what may be hindering it or blocking it. Why do you keep attracting the same people? Because there's still something within you that needs to heal, and it's a matter of what. So it's not just the simple, oh, I keep attracting a-holes. Why? I've been working on myself. I've been loving up on myself. Well, look at the a-hole, and what is it that these f-boys or f-girls, what are they continuously showing you? What are they continuously triggering within you that's hurting you? Because that's what you need to get down to the root of within yourself. What is it within me that bothers me, and where does it come from? Because everything that has a present has a past. So it's like, let me go back to the history of that. Because all psychologists will tell you or ask you, what's your issue? I'm an alcoholic and blah, blah, blah. Where did it start from? They'll always go down to the root, and they'll go way back as far as your childhood, and guaranteed there was somebody in your family who was an alcoholic, and you watched them drink and indulge themselves, or they had parties and people just drinking all around you. Maybe you had your first drink at a young age. So you have to go far back as why am I attracted? Because we attract what we are, or we attract things that's within us. So the F-boys come, maybe not necessarily because you're an F-boy, F-girl, but maybe because there was something in your childhood that was drawn to that. Maybe you liked a bully, you had a crush on a boy that was mean to you, or you were taught that when people when boys pull your hair, or when they knock you on the playground, like push you on the playground or whatever, that's a sign that he likes you. So you're used to these type of connections where you're chasing people that treat you like dirt. And same for men, it could be, a little girl that was like, ew, I don't like you, you're not cute, or get away from me, but you still liked her and you wanted her because she was the popular girl in school or whatever. So you're drawn to mean girls. You attract those mean girls. You're drawn to it because there's something within your childhood that you have to face within yourself. That's just an example, but I feel that you'll start to see that. Why am I drawn to certain people like this? Why do I always draw to men or women that are always sad and they have sob stories and they're dramatic and they're draining me, like they want me to always be there and be around? That codependency. Maybe there was something in you, maybe you were raised as the oldest child who always had to be like the mini mom or dad to your siblings, or you had to take care of a parent that was sick, or a parent that had mental problems, or was a narcissist, so you always had to give up yourself. So you're drawn to people that need help, that are needy and codependent and narcissistic. You got to go deep within yourself, because you're going to continue to attract the same thing over and over. And that goes with friendships too. That goes with letting people walk all over you. If you don't break the cycle, you're going to continue to do this. And this is why this is important too. This is just coming up to me. Your kids are going to see this. Your kids, you don't want your kids to make those same mistakes, or those go through those same lessons, because they weren't easy for you, and maybe that you had to go through them so that you can stop the cycle. You don't want to manifest the same energy. You want to manifest a new beginning, a new cycle, a new energy, and that requires you to go deep. And it's scary. It's not easy to be intimate with yourself. Is not easy. Yeah, it might not be easy with other people. It's scary, but sometimes we just cap off whatever we feel. We don't even want to go there. We don't want to feel it. We don't want to deal with it. But you got to have a level of intimacy within yourself before you can even have that with another person. Because if you don't know what your limits are, you don't know what your fears are, you don't know what your past is, and what triggers you and what hurts you and what makes you happy and what motivates you and makes you strong, what lessons you've learned, you can't share that with another person. It's like you're just gonna be like a wall to another person. You're gonna be, it's like, how do I explain it? It's like you have the most beautiful. I don't know where this is coming from, but you'll have the most beautiful relationships with people when you know yourself to the depth of you, and the experiences that you've gone through, and the things that you've learned, and why certain things happen, and what are your weaknesses are, what your fears are, and being okay with that, and learning what your strengths are, and who you are as a person is so essential. And that person too, because you're going to attract a person that's even also in that same frequency as you. And that's a beautiful, powerful relationship, because there's no limits, there's no blockages, there's no barriers, there's no fear, there's no BS in each other, there's none of that, there's no facade. It's rawness, it's real. It's okay to be your authentic self, because you know who you are and you've been through enough. And it's like, this is who I am, and this is what I've learned, this is what I've gone through, and I'm wiser because of it, and this is what I wish to see for myself. And you know what you want. But when you're this scared little girl and the scared little boy still inside of you that's been hurt so many times, you're going to continue to attract things like that are going to make you feel a sense of fear and vulnerability, because it's going to push you. You're going to meet people that are going to push you out of that, or they're going to trigger you and hurt that out of you. Like, you got to go through it. And I feel some of you, you've been like, all these cards came out for this one card, the spiritual maturity. And Spirit wants you to really focus on, what is it that I still need to learn and overcome, and what have I learned and overcome? Because you want to attract that in your love life. And if you're dealing with someone that you're married to, it's not saying because this person is not of your high, may not be of your highest good right now, doesn't mean that this person is not becoming a better person. Like I said, intimacy is important, because it's like you guys gotta know where you're at within yourselves, but also know where you're at within your relationship. So if you're dealing with someone who's not willing to do any work within themselves, they don't care about the relationship, because it's like you can't give to other people if you don't have it to give within yourself. If you don't have that time. And that's why I take breaks between readings sometimes, because I have to get back in touch with myself. Like, if I just give all of my wisdom and all of the guidance that I'm getting for y'all, and I don't tap into that energy and wisdom for myself, it's kind of like a waste. And a lot of times I got to go through experiences and learn certain things, so that when certain energies like this come up, I'm able to tap in and share my experience, because that's what it's about too. I can't give something that I don't have to give, or that I've never gone through, or I can't relate to, or other people around me have experienced, to even share their triumphs and their trials and tribulations as well as mine as well. But also, like I said, so this is a level of leveling up in yourself. You have to make that devotion and that commitment to yourself and your growth in order to have that relationship you say that you want. Because a lot of times you want to align yourself with people and things that may not be really for you. And a lot of the time, our ego is attracted to certain things and people, and that could be our woundings and our traumas that weren't certain things. Like we're addicted to the drama, we're addicted to the chase, we're addicted to the unrequited love, we're addicted to the third party situations. And oh, if he chooses her over me, then that means I'm the ish, that means they prove to me their love. So you're attracted to stuff like that. Some people, I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, but egotistically, that could be the case. Oh, I got the a-hole to finally give me attention because it's that jock that never noticed me, or that jock that said he would never date me because I was a nerd, or this cheerleader that, she chose the bad boys over me. And if I can get this person that is unobtainable to me, this person I have to chase and give my affections to and prove my worth to them, they'll finally choose me and give me what I deserve. And that's the chase. That is the chase. Okay. Um, some of you guys are like intellectual. I forgot. I think it's called saposexual or something, sapien, something like that, where you're attracted to people's intelligence. So you guys might have like that thing where you're into, like, you fall in love with like teachers and gurus. So it could have something to do with something within you, like as a child, that may have been drawn to a teacher or someone who's a wise counsel. So when you attract people like that, it may be triggering things like that within you. I don't know where all this is coming from. I really don't know. Some of you guys are attracted to your fathers and your mothers, like energetically, because it was like that was the only person you had. That person may have babied you, put you on a pedestal, made you feel on top of the world, or you had the absentee of that partner. So you look for that in other partners. You look for that same validation, that same um, praise from your partner. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be so real with you. I don't know, this is a revelation that just came to me. I'm like that. Because my dad's only daughter. He has boys, and like he still to this day spoils me. Like he still does. Like, and I think I'm looking for a person to do that, and it's not for my partner to love me exactly as my dad did, and to spoil me and baby me, and because that's not necessarily healthy, especially not for a grown woman to want a grown man to treat them like a baby. And as far as the protective energy, the protector, and supportive energy, and admiring you for who you are and all of that, that's cool. That aspect is cool. But the praise and the babying and spoiling and all of that, as a grown woman, that's not healthy. So maybe even for men, a lot of men have that complex too, where they want women to be like their mothers, to take care of them and to do this for them and to co-sign everything that they do. Because some mothers don't, their sons, they let their sons do whatever. That's a whole nother topic. But those, you got to go down deep to the root of, why do I really like things like this? Why do I attract partners like this? Why do I attract friends like this? Why do it's a reason for everything. And I feel when you get down to the root of it, you're the more able to see who you truly are and what you want. And some of you may come to realize you don't even want to get married. Some of you, or your ideal of marriage may not be what you were taught to believe. You may have different beliefs about that. You may want, a sacred union that doesn't require the law, or requires this big fancy wedding, to say yes to the dress stuff and all of that. Maybe your rules are very different. Maybe you're okay with being married to someone that lives across the globe, and you're okay with seeing each other back and forth every now and then, and your relationship is still something. It's like you have to break the code of that. And that's what the Hierophant also represents: your own wisdom, breaking free from societal programming, because it does represent religion, it does represent traditions, and certain institutions and man-made concepts. But it's also, do you have the wisdom, or do you have, it's like the inner knowing of yourself to create your own rules in your own life, which authentic to you. And this isn't going against divine order, you know, or being this egotistical God complex, so to speak, but knowing that you are an extension of God and you are powerful. But it's also knowing that who your authentic self is can create their own rules in life, and not everything that they were taught. You have to break free of that. And I see that's the maturity, that's the evolution, the spiritual growth, the spiritual maturity. The more that you walk your path, the more enlightened you are, the more you're following the path of your heart. And you will have someone that's going to walk with you. These are people that they may drop off, you know, the walk with you, you know, at some point. They may walk you to one step, and then that might be the end of that. Then you meet the next person. But I do feel that you are going to finally come together with those, you know, those groups, and that person, your love interest, that your soul group, because everybody is, you know, even your romantic partner is a part of your soul group. So when you meet those friends and those soul family people, and you all get together, it's like you guys have all learned something, and you bounce these wisdoms and these insights off of each other, because you had to reach those points. All of you guys share this commonality, but your lessons and your trials and your experiences may be different, but nonetheless the lessons and the growth and all of that, you guys have something in common to share. But you will walk, if you're not already walking with someone, whoever is energetically a match to you, whether you know them or not, they're still walking with you energetically. And it's only a matter of time that you and this person come together and you meet. So I got a lot of zodiac signs that I pulled. So you have the Aquarius, the Magician, and Gemini again, the Magician and the Fool. The Ace of Cups is water, so it can be Cancer, Scorpios, or Pisces, but the Three of Cups is Cancer specifically. The High Priestess is also Cancer. The Five of Wands is Leo. The Six of Cups is Scorpio. The Hierophant is Taurus. The Queen of Cups and the King of Cups can be any water sign. I believe Queen of Cups is depicted more so as a Cancer type of energy. The King of Cups, I think, is a Pisces energy, I think. But you have the Death card, which is Scorpio. The Three and the Four of Swords are Libra. The Queen of Pentacles can be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Six of Swords is Aquarius. And then the Six of Wands is Leo. So you got a lot of the same signs and zodiac. So whether this is important players in your life, past and present, potentially future, or your own energies or cycles or time frames, really, I don't know why all these cards came out. So that's the reading. I don't know. That was a long reading, but I felt guided to go in like that. I'm going to pull an empowering question. If you guys are still hanging on, God bless you, because I know this was a long one. Yeah, so if you guys want a personal reading with me, you guys can check the description box below. This month is almost over, so get in for May. Start booking for May, you guys. I do book up very quickly, so get in where you can. If you guys need an emergency reading before the available times that I have, if it's like one of those situations where you need an answer question, you have like a serious situation that you need to look into at that time, or you guys just feel like the timing is too long to wait, I do have emergency readings for available and received within 24 to 48 hours. Okay, this card flew out. So what or who am I beneath all of my roles? So who are you besides all of these traditions and what you've been taught to believe, besides being a mother or a father, besides being, you know, a business person, or I'm a correctional officer, or whatever you do, besides being those roles, who are you really? Who are you besides that? Oh, I'm a dancer. I'm a singer. Oh, I'm a writer. Besides all of that, who are you besides the roles that you play? Or the roles that you've been playing, the goody two-shoe or the rebel. Besides all of those energies, who are you? Like, really tap into that. That's the question that Spirit wants us to ask ourselves today. I do hope that this reading resonated with those who it's meant to resonate with. And as always, I'm sending you guys much love. Until the next reading.